There's a common belief that the twin flame journey is drenched in tragedy, filled with suffering, endless separations, and heartbreak that seems unbearable. Many people come across the term twin flames and immediately associate it with pain, longing, and the kind of love that never quite settles into harmony. But what if I told you that this perspective is only a fragment of the truth? What if the twin flame journey isn't meant to be a never-ending tragedy, but rather an extraordinary path of transformation? If you've ever felt like your twin flame connection is more of a curse than a blessing, you're not alone. The intensity of the experience can make it seem as if the universe is against you, as if your love is doomed to suffer rather than flourish. But let's take a step back. Let's look at this journey with fresh eyes, beyond the misunderstandings and the illusions that often cloud our perspective. Twin flames are not destined for tragedy. Their journey is not a script written in sorrow. Instead, it is a process of deep awakening, one that can be painful, yes, but not tragic by nature. The hardship comes not as punishment, but as a call to rise higher. Let's explore this idea deeper and uncover the truth that so many miss. Many people confuse pain with purpose when it comes to twin flames. They assume that because the connection brings up so many challenges, the entire experience must be a form of divine suffering. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The real purpose of the twin flame journey is growth, spiritual, emotional, and even physical. The intensity you feel with your twin flame isn't meant to break you. It's meant to wake you. Think of it like a spiritual fire that burns away everything that no longer serves you. It forces you to confront your fears, your patterns, and the walls you've built around love. Growth, however, is not the same as suffering. Struggle only arises when we resist change. Many people hold on to old beliefs, fear facing their wounds, or expect their connection to unfold in a way that feels comfortable. But twin flames do not come into our lives to offer comfort. They come to spark transformation. That transformation can feel intense, but it does not have to feel like punishment. The truth is, growth happens when we choose to see things differently. If you believe the journey is only about pain, then pain is all you will experience. But if you begin to see challenges as opportunities, everything shifts. Every difficult moment is showing you something about yourself, your wounds, or what still needs healing. So ask yourself, am I allowing myself to grow, or am I holding on to suffering? The more you open your heart to learning, the more peaceful the journey becomes. Challenges won't disappear overnight, but your relationship with them will change. You'll begin to understand that every difficulty is a lesson in disguise. And once you accept that, the twin flame path no longer feels like a painful struggle. Instead, it becomes an adventure of self-discovery, one where you shed old fears, embrace your true self, and awaken to love in its highest form. One of the biggest reasons people believe twin flames are destined for tragedy is because of separation. It's painful, yes. It feels like being torn apart from a piece of your soul. But does this mean the universe is cruel? No. It means the universe is preparing you for something greater. Separation is not a punishment. It is a phase of deep personal transformation. Twin flames are not meant to come together before they are ready, before they have grown into the highest versions of themselves. Imagine two trees trying to grow too close together. If their roots become entangled before they're strong enough, they might collapse under their own weight. Twin flames must develop their strength before they can stand together. In this time apart, you are being asked to focus on yourself. This is where many struggle. Instead of embracing the space to grow, they focus on the absence. They see separation as something happening to them, rather than for them. But when you shift your mindset, everything changes. If you are apart from your twin, trust that there is a reason. Maybe you need to heal old wounds. Maybe you need to rediscover who you are outside of the connection. Maybe your twin flame needs to go through their own awakening. Whatever the reason, know that separation is not the end of your journey. It is part of the process. During this time, you are being given the chance to step into your own power. You are learning how to love yourself without needing validation from your twin. You are uncovering your true purpose, strengthening your spirit, and releasing old fears that could hold you back from deep, unconditional love. Instead of focusing on the pain, shift your perspective. Ask yourself, What is this time apart teaching me? What areas of my life need my attention? What dreams have I put on hold? The more you invest in your own growth, the more prepared you will be when the time for reunion comes. Separation is not an ending. It is an invitation to become the person you were always meant to be. And when the time is right, the universe will align everything in perfect timing. But until then, trust that this phase is necessary. It is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to prepare you. Another reason people believe twin flames are destined for heartbreak is the infamous runner and chaser dynamic. When one twin pulls away and the other desperately tries to hold on, it can feel like an emotional disaster. The one left behind feels abandoned, while the one running feels overwhelmed. But what's really happening? At its core, the runner and chaser dynamic isn't about rejection, it's about fear. Twin flames trigger each other's deepest wounds, especially when it comes to love. The one who runs is not rejecting love. They are afraid of it. They are afraid of being seen so deeply, afraid of losing control, afraid of confronting parts of themselves they have spent a lifetime avoiding. Their reaction is not a conscious decision to hurt the other person. It is a response to their own unhealed pain. And the one who chases, they are also running, but from themselves. The need to chase often stems from a fear of abandonment, a belief that without their twin, they are incomplete. Instead of facing their own inner wounds, they put all their energy into holding on to the connection, believing that if they can just make the other person stay, everything will be okay. But in doing so, they avoid their own growth. They place their happiness in the hands of another, rather than recognizing that true fulfillment comes from within. Understanding this changes everything. Instead of seeing the running and chasing as a tragic rejection, see it as healing in motion. Both twins are facing their wounds in the only way they know how. The runner is confronting their fear of deep intimacy, while the chaser is confronting their fear of losing love. Neither role is easy, and neither role is permanent. The key is to stop chasing and start focusing on your own healing. The more you try to hold on to someone who is not ready, the more resistance you create. But when you shift your focus inward, when you heal your own wounds, find inner balance, and let go of fear, the energy between you changes. The more at peace you become, the less reason your twin has to run. And in that space of peace, true healing can happen. One of the biggest misconceptions about twin flames is that their purpose is to be together in the physical world. While this can happen, it's not the main goal. The true purpose of twin flames is to find inner union first. This means healing the division within yourself. The twin flame connection is a mirror. It shows you everything about yourself, both the light and the shadows. It reveals the parts of you that still need healing, the fears that still hold you back, and the love you have yet to fully embrace within yourself. If you are not at peace within, your connection will reflect that chaos back to you. Many twin flames get stuck in suffering because they believe their happiness depends on reunion. They wait, they search for signs, they focus entirely on the other person, hoping that once they are together, everything will fall into place. But reunion is not something you chase, it's something you become ready for, and readiness comes from within. The real journey of twin flames is about self-discovery. It is about learning to balance your masculine and feminine energies, healing emotional wounds, and stepping into your true power. This inner work is what leads to alignment, not just with your twin, but with your own higher self. Instead of asking, when will we be together? Ask, how can I find balance within myself? How can you cultivate more love, more peace, more wholeness within your own life? The more you focus on your own healing, the more your outer reality aligns with it. And when you truly embody that balance, the need for external validation fades. You realize that reunion is not the ultimate goal. Inner harmony is. And ironically, when you stop needing reunion to feel complete, that is often when the path toward it begins to unfold naturally. Because true twin flame union isn't about needing each other. It's about choosing each other from a place of wholeness. Perhaps the biggest truth of all is this: love, at its core, is not meant to hurt. Yes, the twin flame journey can be intense, but intensity and suffering are not the same thing. Love is meant to set you free. It is meant to awaken you, not chain you. The pain that arises in twin flame connections is not because of love itself. It's because of the fears, wounds, and conditioning that the love exposes. Love is never the problem. It is the unhealed parts of ourselves that struggle to receive it fully. When people say twin flames are destined for tragedy, they are confusing pain with purpose. The pain is not meant to be a permanent state. It is meant to be a teacher. It arises to show you what still needs healing. It is not a punishment, and it is not proof that love is doomed. It is simply a part of the transformation process, a necessary shedding of the old so that something new can emerge. But here's the key. You do not have to hold on to pain as if it is proof of love. Many people believe that suffering is an inevitable part of the twin flame journey, that without struggle, the connection isn't real. But love does not require suffering. It requires growth, trust, and surrender. It requires a willingness to let go of fear and embrace the truth of who you are. If your twin flame journey feels tragic, take a step back. Ask yourself, am I holding on to pain as if it is part of love? Because love is not about control. It is not about waiting endlessly for someone to change. It is not about sacrificing your own well-being in the name of a connection. Love is about expansion. It is about becoming the most authentic version of yourself. It is about breaking free from the limitations that keep you small and stepping into the fullness of who you are. That is what the twin flame journey is really about. Not endless suffering, but limitless love. So, are twin flames' lives tragic by nature? No. But they can feel tragic if we misunderstand the purpose of the journey. The pain that arises is not a curse. It is a call to awaken. The separations are not punishments. They are preparations. The challenges are not meant to break you. They are meant to transform you. If you shift your perspective, you will see that the twin flame journey is not about suffering. It is about freedom. It is about becoming your highest self. It is about discovering a love so profound that it dissolves fear itself. But this journey requires trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your path, and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Even when things feel uncertain, even when it seems like you are stuck in darkness, know that growth is happening beneath the surface. Just like a seed buried in the soil, you may not see progress right away, but that doesn't mean it isn't there. You are not meant to remain trapped in sorrow. Your connection with your twin flame is not meant to hold you back. It is meant to help you rise. Even when you face difficulties, remember that love is the foundation of this journey, not pain. Love is what fuels your transformation, your healing, and your awakening. Let go of the idea that twin flames are doomed to suffer. Instead, embrace the truth that this journey is one of evolution. Every step you take, no matter how difficult, is leading you towards something greater. You are not here to relive the same heartbreak over and over. You are here to grow, to expand, and to experience love in its purest form. The twin flame journey is not a tragic love story. It is a path to self-discovery. It is an awakening to who you truly are. And when you embrace that, you will no longer see this experience as painful. You will see it for what it really is, a journey back to love in its most beautiful and limitless form.